Hello and welcome. My name is Chelsea Pitt and I am a consultant here today to propose an array of solution hypotheses to the implications of the US-China trade war. The following presentation will provide an introduction to the nature of the downturn in BHP's Australian business. A problem analysis will be stipulated and a recommendation of strategically draft solutions that consider ethical and sustainable practices to overcome these problems caused by the trade war will be presented. The market-dominating mining giant that is BHP is a natural resources corporation that engages in mineral exploration and production. Although it's a highly diversified business with very strong underlying foundations, BHP has recently experienced declined business because of trade tariffs. The purpose of today's proposition is to provide a solution for BHP to overcome the economic burden of the loss of one of its main consumers, China. Since the implementation of trade restrictions and the unstable political relationship between Australia and China, BHP has experienced a decline in export demand. This declined financial and operative performance can be explained by the imposed tariffs, and it is currently unknown if and when the trade war is going to cease. The ideal future state is to not be reliant upon China and therefore be unaffected by the imposed tariffs, and BHP explore other avenues of solutions that will maintain healthy business without being severely reliant on China. By pursuing this structured solution development process, the following hypotheses have been formulated. By placing an emphasis on the development of new technological programs and machinery through asset and resource allocation to create more efficient and streamlined processes throughout the production line, it is expected that the manufacturing and operative costs will be minimised, which BHP will still be able to perform and excel at a rate beyond its typical performance, meaning that BHP Australia will not have to be overcome by the reduced business and loss of demand from China that has been dampened by the trade tariffs. This has been developed under the framework of systems thinking and is believed that a shift in the operative procedures will cater for even further growth long term. The second proposal that is being recommended as a solution is an actual real-world elucidation that has already been implemented by BHP's market competitor, Rio Tinto, which has proved to be successful this far. Top executives of Rio Tinto have spoken with the head of China's new state entity setup, known as the China Mineral Resources Group. This company was recently formed in response to the huge surge in natural resource prices that China faced in May 2021. Like Rio Tinto, BHP is urged to propose a connection of becoming a strategic partner with China Minerals, in which they can work together to deepen a comprehensive cooperation in various fields and achieve win-win developments all round. It is expected that if initiation can be put in by BHP, just like Rio Tinto, its Australian operations will be able to maintain a competitive connection with China and therefore overcome the decline and loss of further business. It is believed that investing resources and assets into upgrading the technologies involved in the production line is the most effective way to approach the economic burden of losing China's business. It is unknown when and if the trade war will cease, and implementing this solution may bring along a competitive advantage in the future if BHP can employ these enhanced technologies that will minimise production costs and time. This solution has been developed from a supply and operational perspective, in that advanced mining methods and technologies should drive further efficiency, therefore unlocking high-cost resources and offsetting grade decline that is currently being experienced. Whilst mining may not be considered a sustainable practice, this solution is in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals 8 and 9, in the sense that this implementation will not only assist in economic growth, but also foster innovative technology that is a sustainable form of industrialisation. Unlike BHP's current technology, the newly implemented technology will allow for more efficient and compounding production so that any potential losses from the Australian to Chinese trade business can be offset by more business from another trade or region, and ultimately close the gap of diminished performance and facilitate the arrival to the future state of not being solely reliant on China. It is clear that BHP is susceptible to business downturn as a result of the grand economic challenge that is being tormented by China. However, with the implementation of enhanced technological resources in the production line, whether that be machines that operate at a faster rate or require less human intervention, will become long-term more cost-effective and beneficial to BHP, and it is therefore believed that this reduced profits from China could be offset by minimising the cost and distributing funds more strategically in the first instance. This is in alignment with sustainable and ethical practices that BHP conduct and overall is a very appropriate solution to implement.